in the top right position is WandS, who is white. And in the left position is... excuse me, is Jonoman. As orange. You know what I never understood? Why black isn't a color? It seems like it'd be pretty easy to make black. In fact, black is already in StarCraft. If you have played certain UMSs, you have seen that there are black palette swaps. Warcraft 2 had black. Warcraft 2 came out before StarCraft. Why doesn't StarCraft have black? Like, the units, the black units look pretty badass. Not gonna lie. Alright. So, Jonoman, if you want to continue cheesing, this is an excellent map to continue cheesing on. This is not looking very cheesy to this point. Oh, that's the first time that somebody said in before and then anything, and it made me laugh. Alright. So, excuse me. We have WandS, and WandS is going to try out a 2-gate this time. Where Jonoman is getting his tech up. He's already canceled the assimilator, and he has the scout off, so he knows that a 2-gate is coming. Now, is he going to build a gateway of his own? Or is he going to... Ooh, yeah, he is going to build a gateway of his own. Okay. Okay. So, we do have 2-gate versus 2-gate. One with the advantage. Sorry, I'm a little bit distracted by other things right now. Let's see what one's able to do here. I mean... excuse me, he's had reasonable success in this series, managing to pick off probes with a couple of zealots. And this is the first time he... oh, I mean, he did horror gate, but other than horror gating, like, this is the first time he's just straight up gone with the 2-gate and just kind of trickled in zealots like that. Alright. So, 3-on-3. Some pretty nice micro from WandS there. But Jonoman doing less micro, but still being rather effective with it. And sometimes less micro is a little bit better there, just because it means that you have less time where one of your zealots isn't attacking. Jonoman's going to be able to come out ahead. And WandS, he's at a zealot disadvantage here, and I don't think Jonoman's zealots have enough damage on them. There we go, there's the one injured one. Yeah, there's only really one heavily injured one, so it's not as if WandS is going to suddenly be able to overcome a deficit here. And oh, a mistake from Jonoman, allowing one of his zealots to get caught on the ramp, and now one of them is stranded. Looks like that one, is it going to try to come back? It is going to try to come back. No, it can't. It can't. No, WandS going to keep that out of his base. I thought for a moment it was just going to turn around to try to go for a scout, but no. Oh, this zealot's dancing around. Dancing around, trying to find its way back in. WandS has actually managed to get up the ramp now. Jonoman being a little bit too laxed. And now the Zealot does have a chance to get back home. And it's even blocking the ramp a little bit here, allowing some other shots to get in, but WandS doesn't... WandS doesn't manage to kill it. More reinforced Zealot's coming, but he is certainly at a disadvantage and needs to pull away now. We do have range from Jonoman getting very close to completion, where WandS range has just started. Ooh, that's going to be a nice advantage from Jonoman, depending on how many goons he can get out right here. Oh, why are we not firing? There we go. We're now firing. And doing some nice micro. A lot of Jonoman Zealots are injured as he was the winner of the last fight. So WandS picks them all off immediately. And now we have 3 Zealot 2 Goon versus 3 Zealot 2 Goon in a completely even micro fight that WandS is absolutely killing it. WandS is absolutely killing it in that fight. It's just before range kicked in, I do believe. Yeah, because range is done now. So now these Dragoons can try to do something here against WandS' stuff and have a chance, but man, WandS really turning it around in that fight and taking what was a pretty significant disadvantage and absolutely winning that battle. Alright, so Jonoman's going Observers next, and WandS is just getting up his Robo. Excuse me. So WandS is still a bit delayed. Interestingly, neither player really has good scouting around their bases like this. There we go. WandS putting down the first pylon. But we don't have any from Jonoman to scout out and look for all the very, very many Reaver ways a Reaver could come in. It's really not about finding all the ways a Reaver could come in, but just putting some in the most likely places and then kind of hoping to get a little bit lucky. But I mean, if you put one here, put one here, put one here. It's going to cover 90% of the Reaver drops. Instead of loading up with 4 in the back. You just don't need that many pylons. Sneaking it out. Alright. So, Probe wants to go in for a scout. And WandS trying to attack up the ramp, but that's certainly not going to work. We have a shuttle, we have our first observer that's not moving quite yet. And then a Reaver. Probe does get into the base, and it's going to see the Robo support just started. Then after seeing that there is no expansion, pretty much that's all the well, there's one other thing the Probe can see. The fact that there is an expansion down here. And will it be able... No, it's not able to see that there's not an expansion down here. So, Jonoman isn't entirely sure about this place. A little bit unfortunate for him that he doesn't know about that. 64 to 57. Relatively even supplies, but a little bit of advantage for Jonoman right now. Do have a shuttle out. How much longer until the Reaver? The Reaver has a little bit of time. No. If Jonoman went right now, I don't think he could get an... I don't think he'd have an opportunity. Alright. So, both players with their with their first expansions. Jonoman going for the more normal natural. It's, again, worth pointing out that this is better than most mineral onlys, because while all the patches are half depleted to start out with, there are 7 of them. So WandS can mine at a normal rate. It's not like the mineral only on Medusa, or the mineral only on Electric Circuit, where there are only 5 patches, where this would be an unmistakable advantage for Jonoman. Here, Jonoman's going to have gas, and that's really going to be the difference. Now, can Jonoman use his gas effectively? We'll see. Shuttle speed for Jonoman. Shuttle speed for WandS. Actually, very similarly timed shuttle speeds. And we do have an observer moving in. It did see this base. So, Jonoman should have expected that WandS had a base somewhere at this point. At least now he knows where it is. And really, I think Jonoman should be harassing it. Right now, if you're getting a base out here, you have safety in a normal regard in that you can defend your ramp, and there's no way a Protoss army can get up that ramp effectively. what you don't have safety in, Reaver drops in the back right here. Those goons will just not reach. And you can drop the Reaver at just the bare edge and do so much damage. I think that that's what Jonoman should be doing right now. Just one Reaver. Just a single Reaver in the shuttle. I think that'd be a good move. Alright. So, we do see Jonoman kind of getting up his wall of pylons now. Doing a pretty good job, actually, of making sure he can see shuttle harass coming in. Not on the bottom side. Theoretically, it could come up from this direction. As it certainly will be right now. WandS moving in, just dodging that probe. Uh-oh. Keyboard broke, but it's fine. I don't need to shift over yet as we watch the shuttle. Oh man. God, I hate this keyboard. Actually, I like this keyboard and then it breaks and then I don't like this keyboard anymore. Alright, Reaver Harass going in. No! Oh, man! A beautiful single Scarab moving in. And the speed shuttle just ducks out. Zealot's going to be lost, but that's absolutely fine. It got the Scarab off it needed. And even going to pick up this one. Damn it. I misclicked. Because of the keyboard. Keyboard. Stop not working. Okay. Time out. I really lost half my viewers. That's cool. Alright. Hi everyone. We're in a PvP. Alright. So, Jonoman went in for harass, but the other shuttle saw him. Where'd he go? I don't know where the other shuttle went, but the other shuttle saw his shuttle and turned it away. Or at least saw it so the goons could turn it away. Is it ×2 speed? This game is not at ×2 speed. You are just confused by the blistering speed of speed shuttles. Oh yeah, look at how fast those speed shuttles go. There definitely needs to be sound effects for speed shuttles. Like, every time a speed shuttle moves, after it gets the speed upgrade, it needs to go like a little kid that's pretending to be a race car. And it doesn't need to be like a race car noise. It needs to sound like there is a little kid in the shuttle making race car noises. Ugh! Somebody get on that mod. Okay. So, don't know why WandS was going into harass with 3 Reavers. Probably a little bit excessive, but whatever. It's also funny that he went in with 3 Reavers and was turned away by 2 goons. It's like, oh well, fuck, I can't deal with 2 goons with my 3 Reavers, 2 Zealots. Which might even have speed at this point. He has the Citadel. No, they don't quite have speed yet. And Jonoman is pushing out. WandS, he's got his Reavers down, but they're not quite in the best position yet. Oh, okay, killing his own goon. That's one way to start off a battle. But it worked. Those goons, they sacrificed their brethren goon to be able to make a sacrifice to the sniper god so that they could pick off the shuttle. And it totally worked, so who am I to judge? Because WandS is killing this battle. Alright. Good shit. So WandS is now significantly ahead in supply. By about 15. There we go. We finally do have some Reaver harass on this base. Which has been a long time coming, because it's so easy to do. Although ironically he comes after there's some depleted mineral patches so the Dragoon can get back. And actually mess around a little bit. Do have more expansions from WandS over here. So WandS is going to be on 4 bases compared to Jonoman's 2. And granted, WandS doesn't have the best saturations. I mean, like, hardly anything here. He's transferring, excuse me, hardly anything back. And then has, well, he does have pretty good saturation at these two. Really, he's about up a base, if you count, if you take in saturation figures. Do have Jonoman expanding down here. Oh, nice one. Gotta get a nice hit off on the probes. Okay. So, WandS still up by 10, but Jonoman's doing some nice economic harass over here. That Reaver should be able to help out a bit. 2 Dragoons coming in. The Reaver's already injured, so 2 Dragoons should be able to pick it off. Oh, he split up the shots. He could have killed this Dragoon. Instead went after the other one. WandS threatening to move in now. Jonoman has the storms here. And he should use them. There we go. Storm going down. Oh, and there's the storm he was really looking for. A very nice storm on WandS, and WandS really doesn't need to pull back. He has absolutely no tech units here, and quite possibly has a smaller army. Just simply not worth it. Well, I guess that's what you can do with your double Reaver, or triple Reaver harass. You can just blow up Nexuses really quickly. That works. Shuttle getting very confused as to where it wants to go. Now dropping the Reavers again. It could... Oh, they do get the High Templar on accident. And now there are just 3 Reavers that are going to be damaging the natural. But on the other side, Jonoman's going for a significant attack. And he still does have a tech advantage in that WandS has no tech at this point. But the Reavers are doing good damage of their own. All the probes are still evacuated. Now loading back up the Reavers. Coming back to try to save his natural, but it might be a little bit too late to save it. Still does have a bunch of Dragoons. If he can get the Reavers back into a good position, maybe he can, in fact, win this fight. The Archons are warping in. That one should be done. There we go. The Archon's done now. But the Reavers have landed again, and the Dragoons moving in, trying to snipe Reavers. They do. They got the shuttle. Nice. He's finally figuring out... Oh, okay. I was gonna say, he was finally, like, figuring out how to snipe shuttles, and then all of his Dragoons just instantly died. And it's like, oh, well, maybe that didn't work out so well. Maybe it didn't look... Maybe it wasn't so good. He's behind by 40 supply. Alright. A bunch more Templar, but none of them have enough energy. Forced to make them into Archons, and really the Archons are not going to help out versus Reavers or Dragoons. They're there to deal with speed lots. Jonoman's base is taken out down here, so we need to rebuild the Nexus. He's only mining off of 1 base at the moment, compared to WandS, who didn't even lose the Nexus. He only lost the Assimilator, but still has mining from... in part that one, but really 2 bases. A little bit more than 2. Alright. Yeah, Jonoman, he can't afford to stop making units enough to actually save up 400 minerals for the Nexus, but he's kind of running out. Doesn't have a whole lot left here. So, WandS thinking he's playing a little PvT here. Loading up 4 speed lots. Actually, could be PvT or PvZ. That makes sense in both of those matchups. This matchup, not so much. But that's fine. Does have 2 Reavers in the other shuttle, and that's pretty good. Jonoman's moving out, trying to shut down this expansion from WandS. WandS getting very greedy by taking this one, but he has a big enough army that he might be able to make it happen. He's going to try to not be careless with the Reavers. He does get a storm off on 1 Reaver, does some good damage to it, but the shuttle was just barely out of range. So it's going to live with very little health here. And yeah, WandS just has a huge army in comparison. And it looks like this will be the end of Jonoman's run to become winner of ASL. Jonoman GG's. And WandS will take it 3-1. Now, I did say this was the end of his run to win ASL, but he is not completely out of ASL. There's still a third, fourth match to be played.